AB are the amplitude of the two waves. Alpha is the phase difference at the point where they are superimposing. They may superimpose each other at 0-degree phase. They may superimpose with each other at 30-degree phase, 90-degree phase, 180-degree phase. And this alpha must not change with time. That was the most important condition. That is, the two sources must be coherent. So frequency should be same. So frequency and wavelength of the two waves should be same, and phase difference should not change with time. That we say the phase difference is independent of time. It will change with place but not with time. So till here we have done yesterday. Now we will continue from here only. In class 11 we have derived the expression for intensity of sound, or in fact intensity of any wave. So what was that? So since we know this intensity of wave is directly proportional to square of amplitude. And whatever the constant was coming, if you can recall, intensity was 2 pi a square omega square, something it was coming like that, and the rest, the remaining thing was depending on the medium as well as the frequency of the source. So here we are not changing the source, frequency is same. So what will be here? This intensity is directly proportional to a square. Or suppose we say I1 is a square, intensity of the first wave. Intensity of second wave, it can be Ka square, where K is the constant that depend on the nature of medium. Now here, as the two waves are propagating in same medium, naturally this K will be same. So this intensity of first wave is Ka square, intensity of second wave so this I will be equal to this much I1. That means this I2 will be Kb square. And the intensity of resulting wave, that is due to superimposition of the two waves, what is the result? So intensity of resulting wave, this I will be directly proportional to this amplitude of the resulting wave. That means this I will be A square. Now, if we substitute this value here, so what we are getting? This I will be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos alpha. But A square is this what? So it is Ka square plus Kb square plus twice Ka square into Kb square under root cos alpha. In place of Kab, we are writing Ka square B square. If you find the square root, it will become Kab only. So this is I1, this is I2, this is I1, this is I2. So intensity of resulting wave I1 plus I2 plus twice I1 I2 under root cos alpha. So what will be the intensity of this resulting wave? That will mainly depend on this alpha. How the two waves are superimposing, whether their crests are meeting, or one crest and one trough is meeting, or one mean position and one crest is meeting. If two crests are meeting, alpha will be 0 degree, maybe 0, maybe 2 pi, maybe 4 pi, like that. No, first crest and third crest is meeting. So for first crest, maybe 90 degree, and third crest maybe 90 plus 360 plus 360, whatever it is. Okay, so this is, so what will be the resulting intensity? That will depend mainly on alpha. So this intensity will be maximum when? You may give this equation number. What was that? If you have given here 1, 2, then, so this is very important relation to find the intensity of resulting wave. So when this will be maximum, for what value of alpha?
0.
Alpha will be 0, that is cos alpha is plus 1. Okay. That is when alpha is 0, it may be 2 pi, it may be 4 pi, it may be 6 pi. So general formula we write 2n pi. That is or even multiple of pi. So general we say alpha should be 2n pi, where n is and what will be the maximum intensity? So this is I1 plus I2 plus twice I1 I2. So here it will be more than the sum of these two. So this is root I1 plus root I2 whole square. Or it can be the constant same A plus B whole square. So we have to keep in mind all the results. Derivation is not in syllabus, but all the results you have to keep in mind. Reasoning type question is asked, 1 mark question is asked. So this maximum intensity either by this formula or by this formula or by this one. Now similarly, what will be the minimum intensity? I will be minimum how much? Cos alpha?
Pi.
Cos alpha how much?
So -1.
Minus 1. So cos alpha is minus 1. Minus 1 means what should be the value?
Pi.
Pi.
180 degrees.
Only one value. We're in class 12.
No, sir. No, sir.
Pi,
3
3
pi.
pi, 5
5
pi,
pi. 5 sir.
2n minus 1 pi, or it can be 2n plus 1 pi also. That we say odd multiple of pi. If you are taking 2n minus 1, then value of n will start from 1. If you are taking 2n plus 1, the value of n will start from 0. So in interference, we will take this value, 2n minus 1. So what will be the minimum value? This is minus a minus b whole square or b minus a whole square. Anything can be root I1 minus I2 whole square or I2 minus I1 whole square. So previous one is the condition for constructive interference, and this is the condition for destructive interference. That is the phase difference between the two waves at the point where they are meeting, that is superimposing. At that point, phase difference should be pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, like that. That is, one crest and one trough is meeting. Then only we will get intensity minimum. Now, sometimes you will be asked the ratio I max by I mean. So it can be root I1 plus root I2 by root I1 minus root I2 whole square. Or it can be A plus B by A minus B whole square. Frequently, this one mass question is coming. In competitive exam also frequently it is asked. Two amplitude of the two wave are given, and you may be asked find the ratio of maximum and minimum directly by this formula. Or intensity of the two superimposing wave is given, find the ratio of their maximum and minimum intensity. So then in terms of intensity we will find. Yes, still here any confusion? Yes? No? Okay. So for any other value of alpha, if it is neither pi nor 2 pi, then this is the formula for any intensity we can find. Now if A is equal to B, if I1 is equal to I2, that is amplitude of the two superimposing wave are equal. No, that is the condition. Two superimposing waves should be equal in amplitude or nearly equal in amplitude. If they are not equal, then it should be nearly equal. Then only we will get interference pattern. That we'll see from this part only why we are giving this condition. So what will be if A is equal to B? What will come? This I max will be how much? Root I1 plus root I2 whole square. I1, I2 both are equal. So root I plus root I whole square. So it is 4 times I. If superimposition not taking place, then what will be when the two waves are meeting or two sources are, the light of the two bulb is on, what will be? Naturally, intensity will become twice. But here, if the condition is satisfied, whatever condition we have derived, what we have seen, if that condition is satisfied, that at some places intensity will become 4 times, not 2 times. 2 times is the normal case. When you are putting the bulb in the room, 2 bulbs are off, put it down. Naturally, intensity of light increases. But that is not the interference. So intensity of light will become twice if both are identical. And what will be I mean? Both are equal, so it will become 0. So corresponding to this, we say it is dark. Corresponding to this, we say it is bright. Means at some places we are getting intensity more than the sum of the two. That places we call the bright fringe has taken place, or the intensity become more. Some places intensity is minimum. That we refer as dark. Practically, if both are equal, then only it will be perfect dark. Then intensity will be 0. That is, we will get dark. And for this only we are preferring this condition. Now suppose if this intensity I1 is to I2 is 1 is to 100, what will be I max by I mean? If you are saying intensity, the amplitude is not equal or not nearly equal, they are widely different, what will become? I max by I mean? One root 1 plus root 100 by root 1 minus root 100 whole square. So it is 121 over 99. So this is the variation, and we will not be able to detect where is the minimum and where is the maximum, because this variation is not sufficient. On the other hand, if it is 1 is to 1, what will become? 1 plus 1 and 1 minus 1. That is 4 is to 0. That is infinite ratio. So that's why this condition is there. Amplitude should be equal. Then only we will get perfect dark. Otherwise, there will be variation of intensity, but we will not get perfect dark. Here, suppose 99 is to 121 is there. Where is the dark? 99. Where is the bright? 121. Only variation of intensity will be there. And we will not be able to observe where is the minimum. That's why this type of condition we are using. That is, it should be nearly equal or it should be exactly equal. If exactly equal, then only we are getting perfect dark. So indirectly we say this condition is for better visibility. That is not the condition for interference to take place. Interference will take place in this case also. If 1 is to 100 is there, then also interference will take place. But we will not be able to observe where is the minimum intensity and where is the maximum intensity. But if this is the condition, then we will be able to observe. That is 0, where perfect dark is there, that can be easily observed. Maybe network problem. Board is not clear. Okay, so you write yourself. I'm saying everything. When you will see the recorded class, then it will be. Because in this network, this Google Meet, it requires very high speed network, and we are not having that one. So we'll have to manage somehow. So this ratio is infinity, that is dark will be present only when A is equal to B. That's why this condition is there. The two should be of same amplitude. Okay. And we have got this amplitude only for what? When they are propagating in same direction. That's why the condition is the two waves must propagate in same direction or should be inclined to each other by very small angle. That's why this condition, because otherwise different expression. So we are not interested in that. So these two conditions are additional one. This is not the necessary condition. Essential condition is only one. That is, the two sources must be coherent. That is the most essential condition for interference to take place. If that condition is satisfied and remaining are not satisfied, then also interference will take place, but we will not be able to either observe or by this formula we will not be able to calculate. Some other formula will come. Now, what is the relation between phase difference and path difference? This also we have done in class 11. Relation between phase difference and path difference. What is the meaning of these two? Suppose one slit is here like this, other slit is this one. So light is coming from here and from this place also it is coming, and they are meeting at this particular point. So they are superimposing at point P. Then path difference means this length, S2P minus S1P. That is path difference. Light has followed this path. Light which is coming from the S2 is following this path. Light which is coming from S1 is following this path. So path difference means this is S2P minus S1P. Or if this is this side, suppose like this, they are meeting at this place, then it may be S1P minus S2P, whichever is long. Now, what is the meaning of phase difference? So, suppose from here the waves is coming like this, we are making the larger, longer wave. Wavelength is not this much. If I here they are producing the source of same phase, then like this one it will go. But the point where they are meeting, they are in different phase. Suppose this is 180-degree phase, this is 90-degree phase, or this is 0-degree phase, this is 180-degree phase. So they are meeting at different. So this is suppose maybe this is 0 degree. This is suppose minus 90 we say, because this is advancing this side. Minus 90, minus whatever it is, 450, like that it is coming. So here that is the phase difference. Now how these two are related? So when it completes one wave, when one wave is completed, this is 0 degree phase, this is 90 degree phase, this is 180 degree, 270 degree, and this is 360 degree. So when one complete wave is there, or when there is difference of one complete wave, suppose here is 5 wave and here is 6 wave, they are meeting, complete one difference is there, then path difference is 1 lambda. If this is 5th one and this is 7th one is meeting, path difference may be 2 lambda. Now when complete one wave is difference, the phase difference is 2 pi or 360 degree. So by this we are getting the relation.
Sir.
Time up.
Time is up. Yes, sir.
Okay. After this one. So when phase difference is 2 pi, path difference is lambda. So when phase difference is alpha, path difference is delta will be how much? Lambda by 2 pi into alpha. So this is the relation. If phase difference is given, we can find path difference. Sometimes path difference will be given and we are interested in phase difference because this relation when we use, we require this alpha. So what will be alpha? 2 pi over lambda into path difference. Okay, so we'll leave up to here today. Tomorrow we shall start from this part only. That is, what is the path difference? We have got the condition. So